What if you could grow your business without relying on the social media algorithm? Welcome back to the Crush the Rush podcast, specifically our Beyond the Algorithm series, episode 5. So in 2025, businesses that depend on social first marketing are struggling to scale. Why? Because the algorithm is unpredictable, engagement doesn't equal revenue, and posting daily isn't a business plan. So the good news is there is a better way. And in the final episode of Beyond the Algorithm, we are breaking it down. We're talking about why social first businesses struggle to scale and what to do instead. A step-by-step breakdown of non-social sales strategies that actually work, real case studies of business owners making more while posting less, and how to break the cycle of algorithm anxiety, right? Plus, there's a huge announcement this year in 2025 is the last time we're launching Anti-Social School Live before we take it to the next level in 2026. So if you want, this is your chance. You can obviously hit play on this episode and learn how to build a marketing strategy that runs without you. But you can also stop playing the algorithm game and start making consistent sales inside Anti-Social School, which is at hollymariehaynes.com/antisocial. And last but not least, you're welcome to catch up on the series. In episode 1, we talked about the social media burnout epidemic. In episode 2, we talked about more money, less posting, the truth about marketing off social. In episode 3, we talked about your dream clients are on Google, not Instagram. And episode 4, the anti-social strategy, how to plan a month of content without the scroll. So I cannot wait to see what you do with all of these anti-social strategies inside this episode. We made it. We are here to the final episode of Beyond the Algorithm. And oh my goodness, this has been so fun to record and research and share with me. So I hope that you loved the series. And I'm excited to do more series later this year. But let me just say, if you have made it this far, I already know that you're not here to play it small. I know that you are done with the social media hamster wheel. I know that you are done with chasing engagement, and you are so done with algorithms that change because, I mean, come on, it's just so much, right? So here's the big question. If you're not relying on social media, how do you actually make money? Because let's be real, visibility is fun, but revenue is better. So before we dive in, I have something big to share, and that is this year, 2025, is the last time we are launching Anti-Social School Live before we up-level it and make it evergreen in 2026, which means this round of Anti-Social School, we are re-recording and giving you all new content that is 2025 and beyond. So it's getting a huge facelift, and this is the season to be in it because it's all happening live and you get it all. So we are using our own algorithm-free marketing strategy to make it even better for 2026. And so if you've been thinking about joining, this is your chance to go through it with me live before we take it evergreen in 2026. So you can check it out at hollymariehaynes.com/antisocial. And I really hope you consider joining us. It's such a powerful program. And I'm so excited for all the amazing updates that we're making to it, all the amazing bonuses, and the AI content alone is just mind blowing. So let's get into it. So let's talk about the problem with social first marketing. The entire sales strategy relies on Instagram, right? So your only income is as predictable as the algorithm. And remember, we shared in, I think it was episode 2, that social apps are set up for them to succeed, not you, right? If Reels tank, your leads drop. If Instagram updates mess up the algorithm, your engagement crashes. If TikTok or another social app decides to go on a break while you're in the middle of a launch, guess what? So does your sales pipeline. So this is why social first businesses struggle to scale, because they're constantly chasing visibility instead of building a real system. Hopefully you can hear the passion in my voice when I talk about building a real system. And so as an example, a client of mine inside Anti-Social School was stuck in this cycle. So she was making about $5K a month, but felt really glued to social, right? Like it was all dependent on how much she posts or using ManyChat and all the things, right? But we shifted her strategy to a simple SEO friendly website a Pinterest to email funnel because she was in the wellness industry, which is great for Pinterest, and automated email sequences. So within months, she was hitting 20K months without increasing her posting. And so what's the fix? We're going to walk through what that looks like. And so if you want to sell without relying on social, you need a system that brings in leads, nurtures them, and converts them on autopilot. And we talk about this in the Ditch the Social Drama series, our sister podcast, which is over at hollymariehaines.com/social. But at a really high level, here's what that looks like. You need a lead magnet, a funnel that attracts high quality leads. And I call it a mega magnet because this is not like a checklist, right? Like this is a really strong resource that solves the problem. It introduces your ideal client to who you are, how you teach, what you offer, and it naturally leads into a paid offer. Then you need email. I think I mentioned in episode 1 of this series, you should be thinking about growing your email list every single day. So once someone opts in, your email list takes over. And there are so many cool things that you can do inside an email list that's not just a nurture sequence. You can add in hand raiser emails and automated follow-ups and tagging and segmenting. And those are all things that we teach inside Anti-Social School because we make it personal. We make it personal to you and what you're trying to build. And then the emails should obviously educate and build trust and subtly sell without feeling spammy. And then last but not least, I like to think about launches and how you launch and what that looks like. But you can have a high ticket launch with a low ticket offer on the back end. You can have a low ticket launch with a high ticket offer on the front end. You can have an upsell strategy and a downsell strategy. And so you really want to think about what is the ecosystem of what you're trying to offer for somebody that comes into your world, and how do they stay in your world? What is their customer journey? It's not just about selling one thing. It's about selling one thing and wowing them with results and then keeping them in your world and making them a super fan, right? And so this strategy is predictable leads, which leads to predictable sales. So I want to give a couple of examples of businesses that are actually doing this. So the first is a coach who doubled her revenue without Instagram. So this coach used to go live on Instagram stories and was just launching in real time, which a lot of us do, which is really, really exhausting. And so we switched her to a lead magnet to email to sales funnel, which means she's talking about things on Instagram stories, which leads people to this mega magnet, which leads people to an email funnel. And in 6 months, she doubled her revenue because she was posting less and focusing on people that were ready to buy. And then case study number 2 is a service provider who went from really stressing out about Instagram to consistent clients, right? So this service provider relied on Instagram DMs to book clients, which a lot of us do. And the problem was that some months were great and others were crickets. And so we really dug into Google search and SEO and then set up her website in a way where it was very welcoming and had an amazing freebie, which led people to learn more about her. So now she's fully booked without daily posting because people are searching for her. They're finding her. The nurture sequence is doing the work. And then we can layer in launches and high ticket and low ticket and other income stacking strategies that we talk about on this podcast on top of that. So we have tons of case studies on our sister podcast, Ditch the Social Drama. It's hollymariehaines.com/social. You should know that by now. With all kinds of organic ways, we were able to use this framework and to scale in real life. But my point of sharing this is it works. We've got the case studies to prove it. And so now it's time to finally break the cycle of algorithm anxiety. So I want to talk about 2025 marketing trends. 1, more businesses are moving from social media strategies to evergreen strategies. More businesses are looking at Google and blogs and SEOs and making sure that they have a holistic plan of visibility, right? More businesses, more email, more blogs, and more SEO-driven content are making a major comeback. Just look at what some of the big names and businesses are doing right now. I guarantee they have a blog. I guarantee they're sending multiple emails a week. And I guarantee they have a solid SEO strategy behind everything they do. And so you can go back and listen to this series and get some ideas on how you can create this for yourself. And then the businesses that are winning are the ones that are owning their own audience. So instead of renting from social platforms like Instagram, like TikTok, they are owning their audience. They are owning their content. And so I want you to ask yourself, are you building a brand that is sustainable or one that disappears when you post? Because you can keep playing the algorithm game, or you can build a system that actually works, that's going to stand the test of time and focus on that life priorities based business model that we talk about all the time. You don't have to be tied to your phone. There are so many cool things that you can do behind the scenes where it's strategic, it's scheduled, and it does the work for you. And it's just a different way of thinking about running your business. And so inside Anti-Social School, I am giving you the exact system. If you are done relying on social media sales and you're ready for the step-by-step system that brings in leads and revenue without posting 24/7, this is your invitation. Anti-Social School teaches you how to create an evergreen marketing system that runs without you. So you don't have to be on your phone all the time. We use AI, SEO, and email to generate leads on autopilot. And we plan content in half the time, right? Twice the impact, half the time. Remember Clara, because she is waiting for you with 5 other friends, Patty, the pitch pro, Ava, the audience aligner, and we've got Principal Page and your anti-social strategy guide, which is me. And I'm there in real life helping you one-on-one along the way. So our doors are open to Anti-Social School, but like I said, this is the last time we are launching it live. We are re-recording all of the lessons, so it's got a fresh 2025 spin. We're adding in all of our AI bots, and we've got so many bonuses that those alone are just, I mean, your strategy is going to be fire. So you can join us at hollymariehaynes.com/antisocial. But I do have some closing thoughts because this is a wrap on Beyond the Algorithm. I hope that you loved this series. You can DM me class on Instagram and tell me your biggest takeaway, what you thought of it, and whether or not you join Anti-Social School or not. Like, here's what I want you to remember. Your business is bigger than the algorithm. Your impact is bigger than a platform, and you do not need to be always on to be successful. So go ahead and write that down. You do not need to be always on to be successful. So I want you to go build something sustainable, and I want to do it together. So I hope that I see you inside Anti-Social School, but also I hope you loved this series, and I can't wait to see what you do with all these amazing strategies.